Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, rule well, and shalom to all you Alkim that are pushing this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to help edify the Lord's elect. As always, I'd like to start by saying we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to find Israelites that do look like the other nations because we as a people have been scattered amongst all nations throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. And I'd like to make clear the names that we give reverence unto are Yahweh, which is the name of the one true God of the Bible. His name is Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. And his son's name, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, and his name means he saves or he delivers. Right, so I just want to make a quick video on something that I observed when I was out recently. I saw this advert playing on a video screen while I was out, and I found it very interesting. Let me break it down, right? This is from the telephone company EE, which means everything everywhere, which in itself is a nomen omen, because what Esau's intention is to connect everybody to the Internet of Things, so that he'll be able to track everything that you do, any payments you make, any purchases, all of your transactions will be logged and monitored, and Esau will know exactly what you're spending, how much you're spending, where you're spending it, where you're working, when you're getting your wages in, how much you're getting. Everything that you do essentially will be tracked and monitored through the Internet of Things, which ties into the MOTB. I'm going to just say that because the videos get clipped if we break that acronym down. So this is a very interesting advert, because what it shows here, it says connect 100 devices in your home, new broadband that can handle anything, right? So they're trying to promote this to the people as if it's a good thing that you can connect 100 devices in one home. So what they're showing here, they've got this woman sitting here, and she's got all these video game console joypads. Now, this in itself is ludicrous, right? Because I like to play video games, right? And ever since, well, I've been around since, video games really started coming out. So when you're sitting there playing a video game, most times it might just be you, or you might have two people sitting there, or maybe four people, right? It's not likely that you're going to have 100 people in one room playing the same video game. So this advert shows this woman sitting here, and she's surrounded by all these game console joypads, but yet she's sitting alone. That in itself is quite telling. But the fact of the matter is that you can connect 100 devices in one home. Now, if you really think about it, like, let me just use myself as an example, right? I don't even have 100 devices that I would want to connect to the internet in my home. Okay, I've got my computer, I've got my phone, I've got my my PS4. What else have I got that needs to connect to the internet? I suppose, you've got a smart TV that connects to the internet. So that's 5 devices, right? What else have I got? I'm just looking around. No way in hell do I have 100 devices that I would want to connect to the internet in my home. Okay, I don't live alone, so let's count another mobile phone, another TV, another iPad. What are we at? 7 or 8 devices? Now, this is interesting, because what they're not telling you is when it says it's got the power to connect 100 devices within your home, what they're not telling you is that you yourself, you're the main device that they want to connect to the Internet of Things, which, as I said, ties into the MOTB prophecy. Now, another interesting thing I see in this advert is that they're using a woman to advertise this. Now, generally speaking, throughout the ages, the people who predominantly buy PlayStations and Xboxes and, game consoles, it's usually guys. or the girl will buy it for her boyfriend, or the mother will buy it for her son. So it's usually guys who are into video games. Yeah, you got some girls who do play a few games here and there, but you know what I'm saying? Girls generally don't get into it the way guys do. So why are they showing a woman sitting here surrounded by all these game console joypads? Well, because they know that if they get the women, they'll get the men. Let's put it that way. And the women are the easy target because women love comfort. It's a woman's nature to want to be comfortable and relaxed. You know, if ever you're if ever you're dealing with a girl and you catch her in a home environment, she's usually walking around in these fucking stupid fluffy slippers and, you know, these comfort jumpers or what do they call them? Dressing gowns and shit. You know, the women love to be comfortable. Oh, you know, to sit at home and watch Netflix and chill, they call it. You know what I mean? And eat ice cream and flipping in bed and shit like that, you know. It's like, yeah, it's quite comical the things that women get up to, right? But when you try and talk to a woman about serious things, like let's say you talk to the woman and say, hey, did you watch the 6 o'clock news last night? What's she gonna say? Oh, I don't watch the news, it's too depressing. See, girls don't want to deal with reality. They want to deal with their fantasy world and they want to be comfortable. So they're showing this woman here sitting in her home, comfortably connecting to the Internet of Things with 100 devices. But what they're not showing you is that she is the main device, the main thing that Esau wants to connect to the Internet of Things with the MOTB. Now, this is a video screen that I was watching, right? And it shows another example. It says same thing again, connect 100 devices in your home. Now you got this Jake woman in the kitchen, just as I described. What is it, the fluffy slippers and fucking dressing gown and shit, living in her comfort, right? And she's happy because she can connect 100 devices within her home. But yet, how many devices really do you need to connect to the internet? Well, eventually Esau's going to make it to where every device is connected. But as I said, the ultimate device that they want to connect to the Internet of Things is you once you've taken the MOTB, which is the RFID implantable microchip. So I want to break this down with the scriptures. Show me. Oh, yeah. I'm going to start off with Revelation 13, classic. Starting from verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So this is what the times we're coming into. And Esau was subtly advertising it through these adverts. You see the woman here, and she's all happy, she's in her home, and now she can connect to 100 devices. So yeah, life's a lot better, right? Wrong, your life's going to be a lot worse if you take the mark. I'm going to go to Isaiah briefly. Yeah, this is the one I want. Isaiah 32 from verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. So these women shown in these adverts, these are careless daughters. See this woman here? Careless daughter. See this woman here? A woman at ease. See, Esau's smart, man. Don't think that Esau doesn't know the scriptures, and don't think Esau doesn't know how to target people. Because as I said, I think I said this in the chat with the brothers, I was saying Esau hires the top psychologists, the top graphic designers, the top everything to market his agendas. Like, these adverts aren't just put together overnight. They spend months planning, you know, how they're going to shoot this shot, who it's going to target, what's their target demographic, how can we best trap the people. And this goes back to the secret council of the wicked, because what they actually do is they sit down and they have their meetings, and they talk about the best way to get the people of the world to follow their satanic agenda. And they market it with like, this looks like a very colorful image. It looks very friendly. It looks like there's nothing sinister about it at all. But when you really realize what it's tied to and what it's going back to, it's actually very satanic, very demonic, and very wicked. But the women who are at ease in the society, they don't see the danger. They only see, oh, this is more convenient. Oh, well, I've got internet all around my house now. Like some people, they might have a router or whatever, and you might get internet in the main rooms of the house. But let's say, you go towards the back of the house or something where the bathroom or the kitchen is, and your reception starts dropping in those particular rooms. Well, guess what? Now with this 5G and the ability to connect 100 devices within one home to the Internet of Things, you'll never have that problem again. So you can watch YouTube when you're in the kitchen, or you can watch YouTube when you're in the bathroom and all this kind of shit. I mean, come on, man. There's only so far you can go with something until it starts to become intrusive or an overextension. It's kind of crazy, man. But I remember the days before, like most brothers in the street, I remember the days before there was even an internet, when if you wanted to talk to someone, you had to actually call their house. And back in them days, you were lucky if people had answer phones, because not everybody had an answer phone. So people were actually more, I'd say people were more connected in those days, because when you did have a conversation with somebody, you were getting their undivided attention. Whereas nowadays, when you're trying to talk to someone, they might be looking on their phone or checking their emails and all this kind of shit. So people have actually become a lot more fragmented as this so-called connectivity has increased. But that's all by Esau's design, because he understands that in order to rule the people, he has to divide the people in order to conquer the people. So really, when they talk about connectivity and you'll be linked into this and you'll be connected to that, and just a Google search away from whatever, really a lot of people have become more individualistic, more fragmented. I mean, just look at the state of the families. The families are you got more broken homes than ever. Everything's fucked, man. But Esau's been peddling these lies, and unfortunately, the people have been deceived. So they're following after the ways of the beast and the whore, which is America, speaking predominantly of the ways of Babylon the Great. The whole world has become drunken by her wine and her philosophies. So, where are we at? And this was displayed in a very prominent shopping centre over here in the UK. So this advert is going out big time. So back to the scriptures. Where was I? 32 and 8, yeah. It says, rise up, 32 and 9, Slakia. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. You see, these women have trusted in this society. So when this society collapses, when Esau's whole system falls, guess what? The woman who's been resting her weight on it like a crutch, once that crutch is kicked away, the woman's going to fall headlong, just like Humpty Dumpty, and she's going to be broken. So it says, tremble ye women that are at ease. As I just showed you, these women are depicted in situations where they're at ease. Oh, look, she's sitting on a comfy chair and she can click her fingers and be connected to the Internet of Things. Oh, look at her. She's in a comfy little dressing gown, and she's in a comfortable little kitchen, and she's just chilling, and she's so happy because she doesn't have to do anything. She can just click her fingers and she's connected. All her devices are connected to the Internet of Things. Well, guess what? The Most High wrote about this before, right? The things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Right, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. So all these things that these women are expecting to benefit from and partake in, it's all going to be brought to nothing. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. For they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon the houses of joy in the joyous cities. Because the places shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left. Yeah, I think that's going into something else. But basically, the gathering shall not come for these women. Where did I want to go from here? Revelation 14. The judgment for those who take the mark. Revelation 14 verse 7. No, 14 verse 6 I'll start from. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear the Most High, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, here's the point, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And they shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. So that great destruction that's coming is talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles, the ICBMs, that thermonuclear destruction, which is going to destroy the entire landmass of Babylon the Great, which is America. See, if you go into the Bible and you try and search for the word America, you're not going to find it in the Bible, because the Bible is written in parables and dark sayings. But if you understand the interpretation thereof, you will know that Babylon the Great is America. So that's the judgment for those who take this mark. Those who acquiesce unto the beast and accept his mark in their right hand or in their forehead, they're going to drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High's indignation, which is poured into his cup without mixture. So it's not a light thing. But see, Esau is portraying it as something light and fluffy and cool and comfortable, and a lot of women are going to be caught up in that, because a lot of women, they lack the spiritual discernment to see that the real ramifications of things. A lot of women just see this cute, oh, there's nothing wrong with that image, there's nothing sinister there. Well, really, if you could see into the spiritual realm, the demons that manifested this image and their intentions, starting really with Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white people predominantly, you would know that this is a trap and a snare, because Esau is a cunning hunter and he hasn't changed. He has not changed. He knows if he can get the women, oftentimes the men will follow, because a lot of men in this society follow after their women. So Esau knows that, man. Esau knew that from flipping Genesis in the garden, man. When he tried to deceive us, who did he go to? He went to Eve, the weaker vessel. For Adam was not deceived, but the woman being in the transgression was deceived, roughly paraphrasing. So there's nothing new under the sun. And Esau's agenda hasn't really changed, because he knows it works. He's done it many, many times in the past, and he's doing it again right now. So Lord willing, that's made you a little bit more cognizant of these adverts that you see. If you can watch them with the understanding, you see that, hang on a minute, Esau's very, very craftily trying to get people on board with the idea that being connected to the Internet of Things and eventually taking the MOTB is the way forward, the way of the future, the way that the world will be made better somehow, when in fact, really, it's going to be made worse, because Yahweh is going to send Yahweh Shai to judge this place. So, with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that will well. Sincere shalom to all you Akim and Akwaf that will be supporting the ministry. And Lord willing, I'll be back again with another lesson when the Lord wills it. All right, shalom for now.